Hi, welcome to the Jeff and Jerry Show. My name is Jeff. I'm the borough manager of Mount Pleasant, and my co-host,
Jerry Lucia, mayor of Mount Pleasant.
Jerry. One of the redevelopment things in the town has always been to bring boutique types of businesses to town, and the smaller shops and the quaint little places that people can buy things. And we have always pushed to try to get those people to come.
Oh, and Jeff, I've saw a big change just within the last several months. This building here was unoccupied for several years, and now all of a sudden it's occupied, and practically everything is, all the spaces are taking. And this type of business that we're here today with, right on Main Street, when people stop at the red light, they can look in and see their displays. It's a nice idea. Parking is only not even 75 feet away from the front door. So there's a lot to offer here, and not even talking about the merchandise that's in this establishment right now.
Well, people do want to shy away from box stores. They're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
The small boutiques are unique. Sometimes the lines are different than the box stores will handle. And if you look at Mount Pleasant downtown, we have a lot of unique specialty stores.
Yes, we do. At one time, you had a lot of clothing stores.
Yeah.
That was the mom and pop stores.
Right.
It was family oriented, and they were all very successful for many, many years.
Well, speaking of clothing stores,
yes,
we are at one right now.
Yeah, and you've been picking out a couple dresses.
Well, I have been, and the couple that I tried on earlier, they don't fit as good. I guess that's. But we have with us the owner, and we're going to let her tell you the store name and introduce herself.
Oh, you want to hold it? Okay. Hi, my name is Jillian Nimik. I'm the owner of Nimi Boutique. We're right here on Main Street across from PNC Bank. And we just opened in May 16th was our first day in store, but I've been online since December of 2019. And we have a nice variety of clothing ranging from kids to adults.
Well, Jillian, we just did a show. Jerry was having knee surgery, and so Rick and I did a show with you, and we talked about you and all the things that you've overcome to be really where you're at today, being an entrepreneur and an owner of a store. So aside from that, now I think most people have seen that show. Let's go back and bring you up to date with your decision to open this up. What made you open up a clothing boutique?
Well, it was something that I've always wanted to do. I thought it would be fun to own your own clothing store and get to pick out your own clothing. But my biggest reason as to why I did it was I have hypothyroidism. So my thyroid stopped working, and I went from being teeny tiny to gaining 70 pounds. And so none of my clothes fit me. Going into Walmart or JCPenney's, going into the mall, I struggled with finding clothing that fit me right and didn't like being in the dressing rooms for long periods of time. Now I pick out clothing for not only myself but everyone else that may be struggling with body issues, and it's been fun because we get different stories that come in here every single day, and I get to help them dress up.
Is that why, Jerry, you're losing weight? Is that really the hidden reason?
Yeah, I want to fit.
Yeah. So you can shop here, right? Well, that's pretty good. And usually there is a background story to why somebody opens up a business, and usually it's about a personal reason, or they have a goal in mind, or so they had a problem and they decided to overcome it.
That's exactly what it was.
So why Mount Pleasant?
I live in Mount Pleasant now, so it's more of convenience. I live not even a quarter of a mile down the road. And not only that, as we've lived here about 3 years now, and as I go down Main Street, I see there's a lot of empty, vacant buildings, and it'd be nice to revive Mount Pleasant, make it something where you can walk up and down Main Street and you can shop in all the different stores going down it. And I feel that we can do that. I think over time, I plan to expand even more, and I would like to make more stores in Mount Pleasant.
Well, you know what? That's true, and that's what I think the goal of all the merchants on the street want to see more merchants come in to open shops up and welcome the people in. Main Street, Mount Pleasant used to be the busiest one of all, and I'm talking like other communities. Friday, Saturday nights, you couldn't walk on Main Street. There was a police officer on every corner crossing people. I would love to see that come back to Mount Pleasant. And I'm sure for every business person, we want to see that, yes. In your store, I mean, where you're located, I believe you have some quality in your store, quality in your clothing. I can see that. But you have the big window in the front, a red light right there where people stop at the red light. And I'm sure when the husband's driving the car, the wife will be looking in there.
Yeah.
You have the bank across the street, actually on both corners.
Both corners, yeah.
And you have a lot of traffic going in and out of the bank continuously. So that's some good pluses for you in your location right now.
We recently did a show on how the COVID virus has affected the healthcare industry, the restaurant industry, and I knew we were coming up now to do your show. So let's talk a little bit about, since you're in the retail business and you just opened up last year, how did it affect you?
It hurt me dramatically. Actually, I was doing this all out of my daughter's bedroom at first, and I ran out of space because you can only do so much in a
No, wait a minute.
bedroom.
Yeah, I can't imagine. No, obviously the inventory wasn't
This extensive. No, I did not have nearly the inventory that I did, but I still had a lot. I mean, you see the racks in here. I had 3 of those in her bedroom, along with boxes and boxes of inventory, and that's how I did everything. I did it all online.
She probably was the best dressed kid in the block.
No. She likes to stay in her jammies all the day. All day long. I have to fight her to get dressed. But yeah, so I was doing it out of there. I ran out of space. So I started looking for places to open a actual storefront, even if it was just to operate online still, and I didn't open the door to customers just so I had more space. I called multiple places, and finally I came up to this red light one day going to Walmart, and I saw the for rent sign, and I was like, that would be perfect. So I came in and looked at it and signed my lease, and not even joking, I signed that lease, and 2 days later we went into code red, shut down for 2 weeks. So I was panicking because I just signed a lease and have to pay a security deposit and rent and all this stuff, and I can't even open up a store or move anything. Thank God I have amazing landlords because they worked with me every step of the way. They did not charge me a dime until we were back to green status that I could open my doors, and they told me not to worry about it. They just wanted to make sure that I wanted to keep the location. So through March and April, we weren't opened, obviously. Mid-April, I moved everything into the store right before we hit back to green where I was okay to open.
I think you should explain who your owners are.
My owner.
To be that nice.
They're very nice.
Landlords.
Yeah, they're phenomenal, and I joke with them all the time. They're never getting rid of me. They have to kick me out, and I will scream and punch on the way out. But
they're not going to win that battle either.
I'm not leaving.
No, they're not going to win either.
We joke about it all the time because I'll say something about expanding, and then she's like, but you said you aren't leaving. I said, I'm not leaving. We got to figure something out to expand because I'm staying. But my landlords are Teresa and Joe Dutches is their name, and they are the best landlords I could ever ask for.
They've made a lot of improvements on.
Oh my God, this building
right off the bat.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who didn't want to buy this building because it needed some work.
Yeah.
And they decided to buy it, and they put in the work and the money, and you can see the outcome. Who helped design your store?
Teresa did everything. Teresa and Joe did everything. I came in here, it was already painted to go. Now when it comes to the clothing racks and stuff on the walls, that was me. The top one right there I bought online, but the ones below I made myself.
So the piping that you bought.
Piping I bought, but
I do like that.
Piping is all piping I bought and made the shelves myself. And just by way of adding decor to it,
Does
I
it go
find stuff.
further back?
My store?
Yes.
So the hallway right here, which you guys can't really
Yes.
see, but there is a hallway here with a very long mirror. It does go the whole way to the back. I have a back room. However, and there's a dressing room right behind this rack. Now we have everything moved around right now so we can do the show.
Yeah, I knew
But,
where they used to do the photography was a large room.
Behind my big mirror is double doors, and that does lead into the photographer. There is a photographer that is going into that spot. And then her spot breaks off, and it's where Catalyst is, so the Flex Business Space. And then beyond Catalyst, a therapist is going in. There's more rooms back there. So the building has been split, and they are putting more and more businesses into it. And they're currently working on remodeling the whole basement as well to put more businesses into the basement.
It's going to be a hot little corner.
It is going to be a hot little corner. We keep coming up with ideas every day as to how to fill the building up. So we're excited.
So when you're the buyer, right? You buy the line of clothes. So tell me what is your thought process by the clothes that you bought to sell here? What kind of clothing line did you bring in?
So I look for a mix of everything because I am stuck on leopard print, camo, and tie-dye. Those are my three things, and you'll see a ton of it in here. But I have to realize that not everyone likes leopard print, camo, and tie-dye, so I have to broaden what I look for. So I look for things that would fit everybody, whether or not you're small and it's something that would fit you. If you're larger in size, then I find clothing that would fit you. The quality, I look at the fabrics, trying to steer away from things that don't stretch, don't give. But really it comes down to I search through all my vendors and I look down to what they make it out of, and I try to stay with people that manufacture their products in the U.S. It's very hard to find that, but I do try to gear more of my purchases towards U.S. vendors.
Now, looking around your store earlier, Jerry, you used to walk Walmart. I never saw these clothes at Walmarts and places like that. So you definitely are an alternative to some of the box stores like the Walmarts or probably like the Pennies, I would think. So what would you say? You have a younger style of clothing for younger people, or you say it's everything?
It's everything. You can't even say it's just for younger or just for older. We have a mix of everything. There isn't one age group that could come in here and would not find something that would work for them.
And you help them, don't you? That's the difference. Yeah. I think when someone goes and looks for clothes,
customer and
because everybody likes to have a confirmation that that does look good on them. I mean, if they don't have a partner or a spouse to say, "Oh, that looks good," and usually they always will go along with whatever. But you will probably help pick out clothes.
We do.
And decide whether they fit well.
I actually just had a mother and daughter in here last weekend, and the daughter was a teenager. She was going into middle school, I want to say, but she had never worn anything other than leggings and big t-shirts. She never bought jeans. She never bought dress clothes, nothing. So I had so much fun dressing her up and picking out every different shirt that she could wear. And she found what she felt comfortable in, but also looked extremely cute in it. So we were probably a solid 2 hours. We went shopping, and she tried on so many things. And honestly, there was maybe like 2 or 3 things that she just did not like on herself, but everything else she loved. So, it's fun. And we get a lot of people, too, that, are either on the weight loss journey, they lost weight and they need to resize, and they're not sure what they would fit into. So we find them the appropriate sizes, or like myself, I gained weight, so trying to find the sizes that would fit me now that are appropriate. So we have fun.
Well, you made a friend for life with that girl.
I did.
They will be back.
They will, yeah. She had so much fun, so.
Now, do you sell what you wear?
Yeah.
So I can buy that dress here?
Yep.
Good.
It's actually
You
not
look
out
good
right
in that
now
dress,
yet, but
Well, I saw it earlier. I thought maybe I would ask you later, but I figured I'd ask you during the show. But,
Yes,
uh,
my husband's upset that I bring home more and more clothes and I buy my own product, and I now
you
need-
buy all the product, don't you?
well, yes, but I also buy my product.
Okay.
I don't just take it home for free. I have to pay for it still, or otherwise I'd be at a loss. But yeah.
Now, are you going to get into accessories, or do you have them now?
We do have some accessories right now. They're over in the corner over here. We have shoes and accessories in that area. I am working on getting more. There's a couple specific vendors I'm looking at getting more of a Western style of jewelry and accessories. But I haven't fully expanded to the accessories yet. I've been focusing more on clothing. We've had a lot of people comment that they wanted more plus size clothing, so I've been focusing on growing that line of clothing first, and then we'll expand to accessories and shoes more.
Jeff, I can only say one thing. She came in with the plan, and she's working her plan.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a very organized way to go. And I think you're going to do real well.
I hope so. I'm hoping so.
What are the hot colors for you, Tony?
Hot colors?
Or hot styles, or whatever. Unless you tell me it's camo,
I mean, camo,
tie-dye, and
animal prints in general. Those are like the big things. For fall right now, a lot of distressed clothing is in.
that's making a comeback because distress was a while ago.
Right. Everything that was 80s and 90s is now like slowly making its way back. I know I have a lot of distressed sweaters that I'm trying to get in for the fall. Color wise, I would say it's like that, like the mauve colors, the dark teals. Those seem to be the royal colors
For fall.
The fall, and the burnt copper, like this color right here in the dress right there. That is a big color this fall.
Now, with as much inventory as you have here, will you be bringing in a winter collection?
Oh yeah, we're working on it. It's slowly getting there. We're gonna do an end of summer sale to try and
New product.
move some of the remaining summer stuff that we have. But then yes, the fall is starting to come in. I've gotten a couple sweaters here and there. Next week's orders start bringing in more cardigans and sweaters, and I have a lot of pre-orders in for jeans right now, so it'll be getting there, and hopefully we'll be remodeling at that point to expand the store a little bit more.
Yeah, because if you don't sell this, you got to box it up.
I have to put it away for the next summer, and we'll bring it back out. But
What's your price range?
we range in between, well, the least expensive item I have is $8, I believe, and that's for like a little bralette type shirt, which is in the corner over there. And our most expensive would be our jeans at $42, $42 to $45.
Well, that's not bad for jeans.
Everything is under $50.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about jeans, which some of the stores in the malls are the price of jeans.
They're very expensive, and we have the two biggest brands right now. If you go through boutiques, it's Can and Judy Blues. We sell both of those. And if you would go on their website themselves, they're $50 a piece, and between $50 and $60 a piece. Some of them actually range upwards of $80, and we sell them for less than that. So.
And you don't have to go to Greensburg or
No.
anywhere far to travel. You're right here in town.
Where do you see your business growing?
I hope to expand. I'm hoping to expand my line that I have right now to being way more than what it is. I would like to eventually have multiple storefronts, whether it be just all regular size clothing, a separate store that's plus size clothing. I am looking into children right now, getting children's clothing, and then I would eventually like to do a men's line. So I see myself expanding.
So how much online? If I go online right now, do you have a website?
Yes, I do.
So I can buy online?
Yep, everything that's in this store is offered online.
And you do the shipping?
Yeah, shipping is
Additional.
Yeah, it's $2. I only charge $2 in shipping. I eat the rest of the cost of it. And believe me, shipping is way more than $2.
I would think it is, yeah.
So I eat the rest of the cost. There's multiple shipping options when you go to checkout, but the first one is $2. And I always tell everyone, just take the $2 one. And then I ship it out to you. And you normally get it, as long as I have it in stock in store, you get it within 3 to 5 days.
How much business do you have online versus coming in? What's the percentage? The average?
At the beginning, I would say it was like 75% was online. Now that I'm physically open, I'd say maybe 25% is online.
You gonna do a fashion show?
You want me to do this fashion show?
I do. You know what? Well, you know why? Because I think people need to see the clothes worn by people.
Right.
You know, it's one thing that fashion shows aren't new, obviously, but it's one thing to see it on a rack. It's another thing to see it on somebody.
Right, I agree. That's why I try to try on the clothing myself and take pictures of it physically on me versus using the picture that the vendor uses, because it's hard to tell. Sometimes you'll see a picture of the clothing and you're like, no, I would never wear that, or the fabric just looks cheap at this point. But if you can see a physical person in it, it looks totally different than what that picture looked like.
That's my point.
I mean, I
That's
personally
a good
get
point.
a ton of inventory in that picture-wise, I'm like, yeah, I really like it. And then it comes in and I'm like, oh, that is not what I thought it was going to be. And I'm a little disappointed. But, for the most part, everything comes in and I love it.
Well, Jeff, the fashion show would be good. And you could even be the master of ceremonies.
I think we should have it at next year's Glass Festival.
Uh-huh.
We could do a fashion show down there and have her with the fall line.
But you'd have to wear a tuxedo for that fashion show.
I will for this, for her. Because she'd break my arm if I didn't. Now,
It's gonna have to be hot pink though.
Oh, yeah.
now when you're talking to people, do you combine clothes to show people what it looks like where they might not think about it? Like a camo with, I don't know, listen, a camo with something that they may not think about. Do you do that for them too?
Yeah, we do. Actually, the biggest thing I have, the kimonos or the dusters, or these are called, that they just drape over item. And a lot of people will grab them, but they're like, I don't even know what I would wear this with. So typically we find either a t-shirt dress that I have, or we'll get a t-shirt and jeans and put the duster with it, and we match it all together and make an outfit for them, and then they see how it all comes together.
And some outfits, you can take 3 pieces of clothing and have 2 different kind of outfits.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And still have the same clothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of how you put them together.
Right.
That's why it's good to have a salesperson or a professional, someone you can talk to. Because if you're going to a box store, you might not see that or understand that if you're by yourself and no one's telling.
Well, and the more and more that she sees customers and works with them and demonstrates with them, it's going to get better. It's just going to get better and better and better for you and for them, the customer.
Is this a family adventure?
A family venture? I mean,
This is just a Jillian adventure.
No, I wouldn't say it's just a Jillian venture. My husband's very supportive with it. He's actually coming to learn how to run the register this weekend and is going to open it while I have to be at my other job. So it's definitely, I have a lot of family support, friends that support us. My nieces come in and try on clothing and, take pictures and do it on the social media that I'm not on, so that it's spreading the word.
That's a great idea.
So, to get the younger crowds, high school.
Have you noticed people school shopping?
I have. We've gotten a couple so far. I think with the whole school shopping is everyone's just so leery. Like, I know me personally, I haven't taken my kids shopping, and it's just because I have a feeling that they're going to turn around and say we're just strictly online, and then I'm going to be like, why did I spend $1,000 on school clothes or however much I would spend? But I think people are just leery about going out and buying school clothes right now.
But don't you think that with everything going on this year, you know how clothing makes someone feel good? Mm-hmm. I mean, even if they don't use it for school, maybe they should just go out and buy themselves some new clothes just because they didn't do much all summer.
Right. I agree with that. I think everyone needs to get out of this new norm that we have of life, that, you have to wear a mask everywhere you go, and this is not a norm. A norm is going back to how it was last year of no masks and everyone getting to socialize and having events and things like that. And we haven't gotten to do that. So even if you go out to the store and you purchase an outfit, or you go to a restaurant and you go and eat out in a restaurant and you don't have to wear your masks, like getting out of that new norm will make you feel better.
You having a grand opening?
We will eventually do a grand opening. I'm kind of playing this whole COVID thing. I don't want to do a grand opening and then we have too many people coming and having to limit and watch how many people are coming in. So I kind of
want to be out the door.
Probably. Yeah.
I want to see how COVID affects us on doing a grand opening.
Is there anything that that we didn't cover that you want to cover? Because we talked about a lot of stuff, but I don't want to miss something because I don't know everything that you want to talk about.
I mean, the only other thing we didn't talk about is all of my new product is released on Tuesday nights normally. Tuesday night to Wednesday morning I release all the new. Facebook is the best way to find out as to what is going on with the store, our hours, if we've had to change hours, which the hours are changing just because of the kids going back to school and everything, and me having to teach my children and help them with their homework a couple days a week. I won't be doing our lunchtime hours until we figure out how the school year is going to go. But yeah, Facebook is our biggest way that we advertise. We do a lot of pre-sales on there, so that's where you can send a comment about the size of jeans that you want, and I'll make sure I order it for you. So Facebook's our biggest advertisement. I would go in there.
Wait a minute. So you're saying if I call you up and I need a certain size, you'll order that special?
It depends on the jean. Like right now I have the Judy Blues, the one brand. They have a lot of new styles coming out. I have to order them 3-4 months in advance before they actually come in. So I'll post the picture on Facebook and I'll say who likes these, and if so, what size, and they'll comment on it and say I need a 3, I need an 11, I need a 7.
But they don't have to buy it.
They don't have to pay for it up front, no.
That's very good.
You know, Jeff, I do got to compliment her. She's a mother of 4, and they're school age, and she's started this business. So you have to have a strong willpower, right?
It's another
now.
job.
I work full time.
Another job.
Full-time.
Oh my God!
I know, isn't it? It's an amazing story. You missed the other show, Jerry. You should probably go back and watch the
Well,
show.
you know what?
Especially when you were recuperating, that would have been a good
you
idea.
wanted to do the show yourself.
No,
okay?
no. I just
And
said
you told me to go to the hospital, have my knee.
have your knee surgery. Yeah, I did say obviously. No, that she's remarkable, and again, this is another example of really how remarkable you are as a person and a business owner. Well, we only have a couple minutes left, and what's the Facebook page?
It's under Nimi Boutique, and that'll get you to my business page. And then on the business page, you can go to groups, and that's where the private group is that you can join in. Anyone can join it. It's just listed as private because more people socialize on that versus the business page for some reason.
And what's the hours?
Right now, we are doing evening hours. This week started our evening hours, so mainly it's either 2 to 8 or it's 4 to 8. Sunday or Saturdays we're open 10 to 3.
Sundays you're open?
No, Sundays we are closed.
What's the phone number?
It's my personal phone number. We don't have one.
Okay, so
Message me on Facebook.
they have to message you on Facebook. Okay.
If you're ever not open if I'm not open a time that you want to come in and shop, all you have to do is send me a message and I will come up and open up the store on off hours. But
Okay.
Sunday and Monday are my 2 days that I take to myself. Monday is my only day off from absolutely everything, and Sunday I take that as family day to
That's
Okay.
good.
get ready for our
That's
week.
good.
Okay. Well, again, I'm impressed with everything, and I also the fact that we have another specialty store in Mount Pleasant is just makes me thrilled.
But Jeff, I would like to really volunteer you to stand on the corner here of Main,
Do you?
Main and
Yeah.
Church.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cut.
auto clothing.
Cut. We got.
And have the bullhorn, and have people, tell them to come on
But
in.
maybe we'll do another show, Jerry, and we can both do that. Since that was your idea.
I'll hold the door for you.
Okay, thanks. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Please visit Nimi's Boutique, and you can catch her on the Facebook page. So for Jillian and Jerry, this is Jeff saying the 3 J's, by the way. This is Jeff saying thanks for watching and listening to the Jeff and Jerry Show, and we'll see you next time.